This right here is the way we're going to make a quilt as you go. You can always add like strips on this away, or you could put it in the fours and add strips on that away and make a however big you want it to go. Alright, let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. Alright, I think I'm ready to show you how to do a quilt as you go. I have this right here, 9.5 by 9.5, and then I have a 12.5 by 12.5, ain't it? That's 11. Yeah, it's 12.5 by 12.5. And this is what I cut out. I cut out this material, which these will be your blocks. You can make them whatever size. You can make them 12 inches and then have a 15-inch backing on it. But however, this is the way I done it. So now what I want to do, since I've got them done and all that good stuff, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my back and I am going to I'm going to make it easy as I can, and I'm going to lay these down like this, and I'm going to iron them down and do me a bunch of them. I got 4 of them, and then that way we have this one right here done. Let me go ahead and just do all these at one time, make it easier on myself. They don't have to be perfect, just as long as you can tell them about the middle of it. Alright, now what we want to do is we want to take one of them and we want to put this right here down the middle of it too, so that we can most definitely tell the middle. Alright, so we're going to make it work this way. Alright, and then you want to do your block the same identical way. Find your middle. You pretty well match your middle and lay it down, so that way you get them in the middle. Alright, I gotta get my sewing machine straightened up, and then we'll be right back. Alrighty. This right here will help you keep it kind of in the middle. It don't really have to be perfect, but what you do is take your fold line, you put it on this line and this line and this line and that line, and that way you got them even. And if you want to, you can do this one as well, but I would just lay it right on top of the batting, and that way you got it. And I pin it down. Alright, now we have these ready to rock and roll. Alright, I'm going to make them easy, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew from one end to the other and just make an X on it. You can put whatever you want on it. You can even go around the outside of it. But I am just going to take and sew from one end to the other. Alright, we want to make sure that we cut off all the strings on the front and the back because we don't need them. And don't forget the back stitch to hold your stitches in. And then we want to make sure that we take all the, no, I must have got that one too. Make sure we get all of our pins out, so that we don't have our pins in it. Man, I missed that fingernail. You most definitely make a mistake without it. Alright, now, what I want to do is I'm going to take this one and I'm going to lay them out the way that I want to see them look. Okay. Like that right there. Okay. Now we want to take like these two and we want to put them together like this right here. Now we want to sew right up against this right here. We're going to sew right up against it. Alrighty, so now we have them like this right here. Now what you want to do is we're going to take one of them and we're going to fold these down even with the other one, like that right there, and we're going to pin it down. And we're going to do all four of them the same old way. Lay them straight down like that. Now you can make these whatever size that you want. I think these right here is a great size. Alright, let's get the other one. Alrighty, now you can take like this one and sew it here so you can have a panel all the way down. Or you could take and cut them into fours. Put them into fours. And then put another 4 over here and a 4 down here and so on. And whichever way that it makes it easier on you. Alright, so now what we're going to do is turn this one over and then this one on top of it. And this time we're going to make sure that we get them even, pretty well much even as possible. Oh, come on now. Make you line up. Okay. You are. I'm just not paying attention. Alright. There we go. Alright, we'll be back in a minute. Alrighty. Now what we're going to do is we're going to sew this down. When we're going to get just as close as we can to our blocks. Alrighty, now we're going to do the same thing. Now, if they were in a row, you do the exact same thing. If they're in fours like this, you do the exact same thing. We're going to fold them down. And pin them down. Now, if you look, for some odd reason, hang on, let me get this right here. Is sticking over, and so is this one. For some reason, this one right here didn't get as much as that one, but it's not no big deal. All we have to do is just cut it down. When, yeah, right here it is. Just cut it down. Even with your bottom one. And then that way, the bottom one has it. Alright, let's go with this one. Whoa, don't go nowhere. Alright. Line it up. And cut it down. What I could have done was I could have scooted my ruler, you know what I mean? And made it go over. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do this one. Alright, so now you have it like this. And you can continue on sewing 4 or the panels on. Either way you want to do it. Both of them are just as easy. Alright, so now you've got everything sewed on, more panels and all. And now you have it like this. So what you could do is, well, let's see, let's go down this way. And we can fold these down. There we go. Come on. And pin it down. Like that. Fold it it down. You can iron it too. It ain't gonna hurt anything if you do or you don't. Alrighty, so now we want to do these two sides. Alright, let me explain one more thing to you. If you don't like this way, you could take and trim all the way around it and put a regular binding on it. Just get your binding and either put it on the front or the back, and it'll still look just as good. And don't forget to back stitch, even though I'm not back stitching. Alrighty, even though I did not back stitch, I still got my 4 blocks on, and they probably won't stay, but I'm doing it to show you how to do it. And you can see the back of it. It looks just as good, and our lines are pretty well much the same. This one right here is a little bit off and not even with that one, but you can most definitely understand how to do it now. So, there it is, and I hope it helps you out.